January the 18th, 2025. An interesting whistleblower decided to reveal some UAP crash retrieval footage on News Nation. Now, what am I talking about exactly? This is Jake Barber, U.S. Air Force veteran and UFO whistleblower who recently went on News Nation to talk a little bit about these experiences, and also the most critical part, and the reason we're kind of talking about this is because of the interesting video footage he brought up. We want to kind of dissect it a little bit and talk about it and what else came of it. So me and my buddy Josh, we ended up watching quite a fair bit of this because we're very interested in this sort of stuff, and we like to see whether something could be real, might not be real. We just like the whole concept of aliens, and yet again, this is military people coming out and saying these kind of things, right? So it's really interesting. Story career in U.S. Air Force, he and his team are now working to show UAPs to the world, blah, 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 blah. Object caught on video. They retrieved something on video, and that's what we're here to talk about today. I'm going to show you this specific little clip. It's just a short clip that he brought, but it's really interesting. So as you can see here, you got this massive cable, because he's in a helicopter. He's a helicopter pilot. And so this is like a tow cable coming down, and there must be some kind of maybe like a tarp kind of a thing wrapped around this, because if you look, quite egg-shaped, isn't it? It's very much egg-shaped. It's casting a shadow and everything. This is supposedly taken from a helicopter, even to get the little under cameras and stuff like that. So we're just going to show you a little bit of this real quick. You see how it kind of like goes on the ground, rolls a little bit. It's interesting, right? Because it seems believable, In this day and age, it's also easy to fake stuff. Now, I'm not immediately saying, oh my god, this is totally fake, I don't believe it. But what we're about to get into is a bit trickier, but it's an interesting story nonetheless. Interestingly, 2 days later, on 4chan, their little UFO-y area, if you will, a post came up. A post with, funnily enough, another egg-shaped retrieval video. But this isn't exactly the same. Because as you can see, first of all, incredibly harder to make out. Probably even easier to fake. Completely agree, because the quality is so bad. It's strange to me that in this day and age, the camera technology still, for some reason, is bad in some of these things, right? And also, why the permanent night vision? Whatever. Anyway, so this is apparently in Antarctica, 2022. Sorry, Sebastian's very excited. He's a little crackhead sometimes. Anyway, so what's interesting is that this one isn't wrapped in a tarp. It looks like it's in kind of a box. Almost like they had to square it off somehow with some kind of a grasping mechanism in order to keep it from rolling around. So we're going to just watch a little bit of this. Like 20 seconds, no sound yet again. You got the tow cable up at the top here. And if you keep looking down here, you'll see the egg swinging around. See, there it is. It's in some kind of a square box. Interesting, strange. I find it more so interesting the fact that this came out 2 days after the other one. Now, in the world of UFOs and UFOlogy, we haven't really seen a lot of egg-shaped craft much. Like, it's been brought up in documentation, records and stuff, and it's been part of witness accounts. But it's interesting that there were 2 egg-shaped retrieval videos within days of each other, just kind of out of the blue, both in the same night vision style. Just weird, right? Just weird. So I wanted to delve a little bit deeper into this. So yet again, this was on literally just a couple of days ago, because it's the 22nd right now. So this was on January the 20th, 2025, around noon. So it says, the video you're about to view features a UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon, recovered in Antarctica in 2022. In contrast to the recently disclosed footage from 2 days ago, talking about the Jake Barber thing we just talked about, the UAP in this video is of ancient origin and was discovered within a cave. Ask me anything. So there's already a lot of questions, right? The UAP in this video is of ancient origin. How do you know that? What are you talking about? Right? Discovered in a cave, Antarctica, that's all, if that's where it was found, that's where it was found. Makes sense. So let's delve a little deeper here. So this OP starts getting asked questions, naturally, which is good. And luckily they do answer them. And you can tell it's the same one because you can go back in further and everything. So luckily in the green are the questions and then the responses. So who are you? Next question. That's fair. Now everybody likes to talk about who they are. Where'd you get this video? Antarctica, November 2022. Weird. Did you take the video? No. Okay. Not great so far. Why does it look extremely similar to the News Nation video? Same civilization and same purpose. Why not to release this? I can't answer that. I find it weird. The whole concept of whistleblowing. They have things to say, but they're also not saying it. Right? Am I the only one that finds that kind of weird? It doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like if you're blowing the whistle on something, you'd be revealing as much information as you can, as quickly as you can. That is the whole point of blowing a whistle. You're trying to get as much attention to a spot as possible. Right? So why not provide as much information as possible? Never understood that. So, yet again, leads far more into the this is a fake camp. 100%. 100%. So then he answers some more questions here. Seems to be of ancient origin. There's no way of getting inside it, but it doesn't seem to be hollow. It's not that heavy. The material is unknown, but it is some kind of metal. Could you tell us at least who you worked for and what was your job? Department of Defense. Outrageous? Probably. Same task force as Jake Barber? No. Of course, why would he be affiliated with the other guy who's put up a video that's incredibly the same? Care to share any details whatsoever on the object? Seems to be of ancient origin. There's no way of getting inside of it, but it doesn't seem to be hollow. It's not that heavy. The material is unknown. It's all the same up there, apparently. Why did you put civilization in quotes? What was found inside the cave was more like a military base than a civilization. And we're not seeing any more pictures of that, perhaps? Because if this is stupid. This is stupid. So, what was found inside the cave was more like a military base than a civilization. Do you have any proof? Do you have any proof? Because clearly, they were able to retrieve this egg inside the cave, right? So obviously, there was at least one person, more likely more than one person, because if it's heavy, it's probably going to require quite a few people to move it out of the cave. It's not like the helicopter can fly in the cave and pick it up and all that shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. You mean to tell me that you have no other pictures or video of inside this cave? Surprisingly enough, we do later, but we'll get to that. I don't know what these non-human entities were doing. The place was abandoned. If you didn't record, who did? UN Office for Outer Space Affairs. UNUSA. That's funny. It's really funny. What were we doing in Antarctica in November 2022? Retrieving ancient artifact or technology. We found a live, non-human sentient being within a coffin-like pod. Doesn't use cryogenics, but it has kept the entity alive. This is, so first of all, this is amazing, right? In the realm of science fiction, or however you want to define this, it's amazing. It could be a really cool story. This could be a really cool, just fictional anything. If it's real, well, that's even more mind-blowing. But again, if you're a whistleblower, why would you not reveal more? Who is making you reveal tidbits? That doesn't make you a whistleblower. It's just you doing your job at that point, right? You can't get that. It's stupid. It's stupid. But we do get more. Here's yet more of the OP answering questions. Got any proof or documentation that this actually happened besides the video? No. Really? No documentation of this. Doesn't make sense. There's documentation of so many things. Why would there not be documentation of this? Now, if you don't have any of that, fair enough. But I don't believe you. Got more videos, photos. Many more you wouldn't imagine. Already contradicts what you just said. Already contradicts what you just said. But okay. I think I'll be authorized to post more soon, but for now you'll have to be satisfied with this. Okay. I'm not, but okay. The creature was found in a pod. Did you look at it? I have photos of them. They are tall, 8 feet tall, white long hair and a human face, yet there is something off. The entity is alive and recuperated quite fast from their sleep. Queen Elizabeth Range Mountains. Is that where you found these things? Yes. Okay, so we know exactly, well, roughly in Antarctica where this was. Weird, right? Just weird. Got any word on any of the whistleblowers coming out soon? No, but I wouldn't trust most of the ones you see in those Congress streams. There are two groups, as most of you know here. One wants disclosure, the others don't. Let's just say the others are presenting you BS. You're getting more info here now. Are we? Are we really? Because in the Jake Barber stuff, he talked about psionics, which don't get me fucking started on that. So, okay. Now, here's a critical one, because I'm going to bring this moment up again very soon. Did you interact with it? No, but I spoke with someone who did. The entity learns quite fast. They learned English and German in less than a week. Very interesting. Very interesting. And it's relevant because of what else is coming up in this video. Male and female creatures, would you say they're attractive? The one we have in Europe is male. I'd say they are attractive features, strong chin, blue eyes, white blonde hair, and so on. What were they wearing? This one was naked when we found it. Any symbols on the craft or anything? No symbols on the egg, nothing. Inside, we did find some things, symbols. This is as far as I can go. Sorry about it. Okay. I have to remember that English isn't their first language. Did the human being, did the being have human-like genitals? Yes and no. The penis is similar to that of a human. We do have photos of it. I just want to see some alien penis. Ugh. But the tip is similar to that of chimpanzees. The scrotum is just like ours. Okay, too much info, bro. Did you talk through vocals or telepathy? He could do both, yet the second form only works with some of our teams. Some of the people who interact with him didn't listen to his telepathic communications on their heads. According to him, it has to do with acceptance. It again ties in with Jake Barber's whole telepathic communication and psionics that was brought up in his informational video. How did his voice sound? According to the astrobiologist I spoke with, the voice sounds like your own. It's strange. He basically said, it sounds like when you're thinking a monologue. Interesting. I have thought a monologue, so I totally get that. Can you let us know anything he said? Many things. He was born here 700 years ago. What? He says the closer we got to understand God was the Corpus Hermeticum, which, for those of you who don't know, is an interesting collection of Greek mythological, I think it's like Greek texts, if I remember exactly right. I don't want to use the word mythological. I almost did, but I'm pretty sure that's not technically accurate. I could do more research into it and explain further if you'd so like. He considers us selfish and childish. Can't really argue with that. He says we were happier during his time, 700 years ago. So, he was born in the 1300s. Here on Earth. What things happened in the 1300s? I'll let you guys figure that one out. You tell me if they were happier. I can't tell you more than this. Their race saved us millions of years ago from our creators who basically engineered us to serve them. This is, yet again, where I'm starting to feel like this is far too much into the bullshit category. Kind of felt it pretty hardcore going in, but it only kind of gets worse. It's still an interesting story, though, and we're still going to kind of talk about it a little bit. Because it's interesting to think about, right? Interesting to think about. Earth should be treasured, it's a miracle. Well, that we can agree on. Earth is interesting, and it's incredible, and we shouldn't just kill a planet. So, yeah, that's cool, bro. What info do you have about their origin, culture, and reason to be there? We're still trying to understand their origin. His notion of space and time is different from ours. Okay. Clearly we can't get that answer, so. They came here as space missionaries. When they arrived, another advanced race was already here. This other race created Homo neanderthalensis. Neanderthalensis. They created the Neanderthals? To serve them and help them take Earth's resources. However, it was a failure, and Homo sapiens were created later on. When the space missionaries arrived... Different space missionaries? They entered into a war with the other race to save us. Since then, they have been protecting us. In fact, back in 1975, they stopped a nuclear war. What? I think we'd know about alien interference from 1975. Okay. The other race, according to the entity, represents what we could become if we don't change. Advanced oppressors with no spirituality to guide us. Okay. It's getting less scientific by the minute. The last conflict here on Earth occurred in 1561 during the celestial phenomenon over Nuremberg. Cool. Most important questions. How can I be sure this is not a LARP? Those of you who don't know, that's a live action role play. Point is, fake. That's up to you to decide. I know what I have and what I shared. Also, what do you think of Elizondo? Is he a massive grifter or saying the truth? Isn't he the one claiming aliens are demons? I wouldn't trust fundamentalist Christians pretending to be whistleblowers. I can agree with that. Oh. So, it's all super exciting, crazy story time, and just really makes you think, right? Well, so crazy. And you kind of, the post carries on, and trust me, you don't need to know all that shit. But it continues. This OP comes back on the 21st. Egg-shaped UAP and pod in Antarctica photos. It's me again. As I promised a few hours ago, here are some of the photos of the Antarctica retrieval mission in Queen Elizabeth's Range. These are the photos that he's provided us. I'm going to turn my webcam here because you need to be able to properly see this stuff. Wow, look at the... Wow, it's huge, amazing. Second picture. Whoa, that looked kind of weird. Whoa, wow, I have no idea what's going on here. Oh, maybe kind of like some stick figures or something. Looks like maybe cave paintings. Yeah, you can make out some little bits. Fourth picture. Oh, that's supposed to be the coffin thing. Whoa, and then it's got what, these IV bags or weird things that are supposed to go on a wall. That's crazy. Oh, another angle of the coffin. That's wild, bro. It's wild, bro. Oh, you can't see my cursor. Oh, there it is. See this kind of, see that kind of there? Looks like the egg is no clipping into the ground. The shadows look a bit, the texture of the ground looks kind of, some of the stalactites look a little, tell me what's that? You know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling like this is fake. Pretty much fake. Yeah, I mean, how do those... Because if this is the coffin, right? If this is the coffin, you got the second angle here. This is a good angle. See how it's like a box, coffin, pod, whatever you want to call it. Things on the ground, whatever. Don't really care about that. How are these? Because these are these, right? Those are those. They look like they're just kind of... They look like they're pretty heavy, right? And yet they look perfectly like they're aligned onto a wall. Almost like, I don't know, maybe an asset from a game development engine or Blender or something like that. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Ugh. It's a bit of a shame. We'll answer a couple more questions then, and then we're going to go into the last potentially interesting but also arguable point. Why was he there alone? He refuses to tell us and believe we did try. Did he say what this year's big thing would be? Is it good or bad? He speaks of countless natural disasters, a third world war, a looming conflict between his race and our creators. Tensions beneath the surface are apparently reaching a breaking point. He speaks of a possible reset for human civilization, so we can start all over again. This ain't the first time we've heard about some of these things. Cough, cough, Mayan calendar. Cough, cough, end of the world scenario. Cough, cough, asteroid striking Earth and somehow being powerful enough to wipe us all out. This ain't the first time. Did the beings tell you why things were about to change in 2025? He speaks of countless natural disasters. A third world... That's all the same shit. Yeah, sorry. Just cut that. Did something happen? To me, yes, but I am okay now, don't worry. Did any human walk alone and was initiated through his own suffering? Many, actually. He speaks of Gautama and Jesus. Does he now? Does he really? Anyway, the forum posts continue on for a little while. A lot of people going crazy. Oh, it's amazing. Other people obviously saying, oh, it's fake. And it's people, it's, internet forums are like. They can be just a cesspool of crap. But, they can also be entertaining and pleasant. Don't get me wrong. Anyway, so we're going to get on to the next potentially interesting post that he does. Oh my god! It's me again with a new leak. Oh, today I'm sharing with you the latest interview with the Antarctic NHI, or entity. Interview with the creature thing. This interview has a few things you need to know about. 1, the interviewer's voice has been manipulated for his safety, hence why his voice sounds strange and his audio crackle. 2, the interviewer and entity will address each other as SES, sometimes which is a gender-neutral word for brother/sister. Remember, this race uses no names. The interview took place in Germany, not in the US. And then the web link. Amazing. Yes, we're going to check out a little snippet of this. Don't worry, because we've got to talk about this. The pictorial are 2 photos of the entity. You can analyze them if you want. You know we're going to. Yes, don't pay attention to anyone replying to your question that don't come from my user, Antarctic Opriel. Because I'm sure agents will appear soon. Enjoy. Come back to some of this. But what we need to now do is we need to look at this. So let me just take myself off here for a moment. So, this is what he put up. Wow. Oh, and if you really look, it looks like they're... I thought that was on my screen, but it's not. It looks like, oh, wow, he's taking a picture of, screens. So you could, I don't know why he did that when, he probably 2022. It's really weird that that's what you're choosing to do, but okay, I guess that's the only way to whistleblow anymore. So let's start with the guy on the left, right? So first off, why just like a Hanes t-shirt? Fruit of the Loom, real basic ass Primark shit. Okay, fine. Basic ass white t-shirt. Weirdly, looks like he's got some muscle mass going on down here. Very interesting. Strong chin. Maybe I wouldn't call the features the strongest, but he looks like a person. I'll agree with that. He looks like a person. He's got ears, he's got a nose, he's got eyes, he's got thin eyebrows, I would say, in my personal opinion. Now, please note, these are supposed to be the same person, entity, thing. We're not even going to talk about the shirts because that's just unnecessary. Even though short sleeve with the collar, it's just horrendous. Well, no, I can't say that. I have those too. They look like different people, right? I'm not just going crazy here. They look like different people. Also, his eyes are far lighter blue than this one. The eyebrows are a big giveaway. His are a little thicker and darker. I would know. Mine are as well a little. These are much thinner. And then if you look at the forehead a little bit, right? I'm not saying the hairline, it's irrelevant, but the fact is, well, I guess kind of the hairline, yeah. So his hair starts a little more on the top, whereas yours is not as high up, right? The ears also don't quite match up when you look at them. Why would he have 2 different ears? That doesn't make any sense to me. Adam's apple, that's all fine jazz. Does he have stubble? Is that normal for their alien race, I guess? And also, if you're wondering, oh, this might be AI generated, it probably is, because if you look down here, got a little bit of a weird bleed effect with that white there. Not a lot, but a little something. Also, what's up with this fucking arm over here? That don't look super good. Don't look super good at all. And then that's a weird crease fold as well. But anyway, yeah, so that's my opinion. That's my opinion. I don't think so. I don't think so. But wait, there's more. So before we even get into this audio interview thing that he's uploaded, not like 20 minutes later in the same forum area. Oh my god, real OP here. Don't go to this one that we were just looking at. It's a fake. But it's interesting because they both have the same link. 20 minutes apart. Same day, 22nd of January. Just conveniently the same day I'm recording this all, because I found this all very fucking weird. And he's put it up at 3:35. Now that's key. That's key for what's about to come. That's key. So remember that. This is all going on 3:35 p.m. You can tell because it says 15:35. It's a 24-hour clock for those of you who don't know. 3:35 p.m. This is being posted. And it says, I was attacked today. The audio, blah, 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 was not supposed to be leaked. Don't listen to anything on that thread. It's a lie. I almost died today. The audio is real. They took it from me and uploaded it with AI-generated pictures. We called it. I repeat, this one right here, the previous post with the AI-generated pictures, is not real. Okay. Crazy. It's real, but I was going to upload it in 3 days, not now. They invaded my home, killed my dog, and almost killed me. This OP almost died. The dog died. Unbelievable. I was supposed to deliver this audio in 3 days here on this forum. Today my house was invaded. They took my HDD, his hard disk drive, killed my dog, and left me to die in my bathroom. They're uploading the audio with 2 fake AI pics in order to discredit it because they know I have copies. The audio is real, the pics are fake. Unbelievable. And it's just like, oh my god, report it, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, shall we talk about the audio? Following the link will take you to this webpage. Odyssey, part of Odyssey, really cool. Alternative to YouTube, it seems. Never knew it existed. Irrelevant. The interview with the Antarctic NHI entity, 01/22/2025. So even on the screen it says 22/01/2025. So this interview took place today. It took place today. Like, right now, today. Weird, bro. Weird. So, weird. And it keeps getting better. It keeps getting better. Are you ready for this? So if you scroll down, you read a little description bit here that I'm highlighting purple. All this says very much the same. Very much the same as the fake post. Weird. So this must be the fake poster who put it up. Who broke into the original poster's house, killed his dog, stole his hard disk drive, left him in the bathroom to die, decided to upload this ASAP, right? That's what that looks like, because that is all the same information from the fake one. Aliens, Antarctica, interview, UAP, UFO. Now, because this is from Germany, that means they are hours ahead of us, right? Which is the only logical reason why, during this interview, we'll hear that it is recorded. He does a timestamp. It's recorded at 3:35 p.m. Really weird. Really weird to know, but it's good that he does it. But he also does something else that really just doesn't seem right. Here we go.
Okay, let's see if I have everything ready. Okay, recording number 67, 22, January 2025, 15:35. Gravação número 67, 22 de 2025, 15:35. En enregistrement número 57, 22 janvier 2025, 15h35. Okay. How are you, Seth?
Good.
Good, good. Thank you for allowing me to ask you these questions once more. I know it's kind of tiresome. Okay. By the way, did you read what was said about you on the 4chan forums?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you find it amusing?
Interesting. Good. Questions were strange, but many were.
So, did you read what was posted on the 4chan forums? So you mean to tell me this entity, we'll go with the word entity, I think that's the most appropriate, that was brought out of Antarctica in 2022, probably, I don't know, I guess thawed out or whatever within maybe a week or so, learned English and German within a number of weeks, right? So he's been held in captivity for about 3 years so far, we'd say. I imagine they have him living somewhere, perhaps living a human life, right? Unless it's still in Antarctica, I don't know. But they clearly got him out of Antarctica because, based on the context information that we do have, we know that he has been recorded January 22nd, 2025, today, in Germany. Which then makes you think, well, if they're in Germany doing this recording and the entity can speak English and German, why wouldn't they do the recording in German? If it was recorded in Germany, not in the US, just an interesting choice. The entire 10-minute interview thing that goes on, which I'll cover a bit of the transcript. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I don't think I'm allowed to. It also goes on for a bit. It's just with weird, irrelevant stuff. It's just, it's bad. It's not good. Also, his accent sounds kind of Slavic, right? I guess that's where he could have been born over 700 years ago, still having an accent after being frozen for who knows how long. I don't know. If I'm honest with you, just sounds like a lot of bullshit. But that's okay, because if it is bullshit, it's still an interesting story. It's just, like, frustrating, right? Because it's led to be believed that it is real. But the fact that they were like, oh, did you read what was said about you on the 4chan forums? So you told this entity, lol, go to this website. Go to the 4chan forums. We've been talking about you on there. See what all these people are talking about. And then they have an interview with him? Which, by the way, I know what you're thinking. Well, did they ask any relevant questions? Was there anything super useful? So he refuses to answer questions about technology. He answers 2 questions about mathematics, like just about prime numbers and stuff. Nothing really concrete or useful. Nothing that would blow our minds, for example. It does feel like English isn't his first language, which is fair enough. It's fair enough. Because whether he's human or alien or otherwise, if he's over 700 years old, and what language did he speak before? Because it said he was born on Earth 700 years ago. But we would still be speaking a lot of these similar languages. There's so many little niggles that just don't really make sense, right? Just don't. Just don't. Oh, and talking about... Oh, God, what was it? Talking about the vessel, right? He did answer that the vessel was created in what is known today as Egypt. Yeah, your pyramid place, which is also a place we're talking about with aliens and everything. It's painful. So anyway, he doesn't tell him how to get inside the craft. None of that. It's just a lot of talking about like, oh, you're gonna destroy things if I help you, and it's just silly. At one point, it's like, would you give a weapon to a child? No, of course not. The baby would hurt themselves and other people. Just kind of irrelevant questions. Like, just can you tell me if there was life on Mars? Here we go. Here's a decent one. As I said before, yes, it was annihilated by your makers. Their civilization reached quite the developed state. People loved each other as one, unity. Your makers didn't love anyone but themselves. I think he called it ego. It's basically it. A little bit about DNA. Oh, and then something about a video of the so-called Mexican mummies. And then the interviewer asks, can you tell me if that video of the Mexican mummies is real? And the entity says, yes, I believe so. Which, upon doing even a remote 5-minute Google search, leads us to the mummies of Guanajuato, which human bodies appear to have been disinterred between 1870 and 1958. There's a fair bit of information. I think there is a little bit of controversy about these. I don't know the full story because I didn't think I'd be looking into the mummies. It's very interesting. If you want me to kind of look a bit further into it, I will. That is not a problem. But I get the feeling that there's going to be more coming out. Right? More stuff about aliens coming out. The problem I have is I still don't... I'm still iffy because we do know, supposedly, there is information we do not have that is being held by government, military, what have you. Not even just of the US, but of other countries as well. Who wouldn't believe that, right? That's totally believable. And things are slowly kind of being revealed and coming out and being declassified and stuff, which is interesting. The only problem is, that doesn't mean there isn't fake information going out as well. That's my problem. You have to sift through the stuff. But I'm bringing you this information because I'd like to be able to start the conversation. I want to be able to continue doing this sort of stuff. If you'd like, we can do some live investigations as well about this. I'd be really interested. We're going to do live investigations of ARGs and things as well. So I'd be down to do this sort of stuff if it's stuff that you're interested in. Do you want me to continue pursuing these things? If so, please leave a like, comment down below. Let me know. Because if you let me know, I'll work on it. Totally work on it. I have been Nate at Night, and this has been goofy. Interesting, potentially. But also maybe goofy. I'm not sure yet. Not sure. Maybe not a waste of time, though. You know, entertaining, interesting, intriguing, nonetheless. If you'd like me to carry on with the story, if there is more, I will. Just let me know. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Thank you to the YouTube and Patreon members who've been supporting this channel so far. This has been a fantastic effort. Thank you so much. I couldn't do any of this without your support. Really. I really can't. Thank you. Patreon now has exclusive ad-free videos. I know, quite a cool benefit, I gotta say. Can't do it on YouTube, sadly, just on Patreon only. It's a whole thing. There are many ways to support the channel, but becoming a member is probably one of the best ones. Support us today.